want the friends that are not with us today to be able to understand our number talk so that when we get ready to do our lesson today, those connections are made. So the first thing that I'm asking you to do is to look at A for divided by 1/2 and B for times 2. And I just want you to notice what is alike and what is different. Take 30 seconds to notice what is alike and what is different. Go.
Where's my... You only packed my Google, you didn't pack anything else. Wait! I don't even have my bag.
Now, I want you to whisper to someone who sits next to you.
You were strong.
Evan, I'm recording. And bring your conversations to a close in 3, 2, 1. Who can tell me what you're noticing with A? What are you noticing with A? Lily.
So there's a 4 and a fraction, and then
4 and a fraction, okay.
And then for B, it's 4 times 2, but for A it's 4 divided by 1/2.
So you're noticing the difference in the actions. Good. Jace, what are you noticing?
The models are different. Like this one is cut in 1/2, and then this one is like a whole, which it has 2 in it.
Okay, the way that the models are represented. Excellent. And Ion?
The answers both have the number 8 in them.
The answers are both going to give us the answer 8. So when I see this, what that means is I have 4 whole pictures cut into 1/2 pieces, cut in half, cut in half, cut in half, cut in half. And how many 1/2 pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So our quotient is going to be 8. Because when I take 4 whole pieces and I cut them in half, I'm going to get 8 1/2 pieces. When I look at B, I had 4 groups, so we have to think about this as being our groups. And we have 2 in each. 2, 4, 6, 8. So our product is 8. So even though we have different actions, are we still getting the same answer? Okay. Let's look at the next one. Again, take 30 seconds and tell me what is it that you are noticing that is the same? What are you noticing that is different? And take a few seconds and whisper to your neighbor, what are you noticing? Bring your conversations to a close in 3, 2, 1. Who can tell me something that they want to share? Soraya.
They both use 6, but C uses a whole, but then D uses a fraction.
Okay, so we have a whole and we have a fraction. Parker?
The actions are different.
The actions are different. We have divide and we have multiply. Maddie A.
One, it says the quotient is, and another one is the product.
Oh, so the answers are labeled differently using our vocabulary. Hamida.
Well, in C, it's the 3 is used to split it into 3 whole groups, but then on D, the 3 is labeled as like a part of it.
Oh, okay, a part. Good. And Zachary, one more thing. One is C and one is D. Well, that's just labeling purposes. So when I look at these, this is what I notice. I notice that this represents our total, and this represents the number of groups. And if we have our total and we put them into 3 equal groups, how many will we get in each group? We would get 2. 2 wholes. Would you agree with that? But when I look at this information, we have our whole number, we have our fraction. What that means is I have 6 groups of 1/3 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when I multiply that, remember, we want this to feel more balanced. We put that 1 because it doesn't change. The fraction, we can say 6 times 1 is 6, and 1 times 3 is 3, and 6 divided by 3 is going to give us the whole number 2. So when we get our product, what is our answer?
2.
When we get our quotient, what is it?
2.
But are our pictures the same? No. Our pictures are different. So we're able to get the same answer, but we're modeling totally different pieces, right? One more thing. Turn over to the back. One more time. Tell me, what is it that you see that you notice? Notice that is the same. Notice what is different. Whisper to a neighbor. What do you see that's similar? What is different? And bring your conversations to a close in 3, 2, 1. Peyton, what do you see? I noticed that too. Our pictures are looking different. This is 5 groups, right? And this would be 5 individual whole pieces. Okay? Maddie T.
Our actions are different.
Our actions, we're dividing and we're multiplying. What does this really mean? What will I do? 5 divided by 1/4. What would I have to do to these pictures? What would I do to those pictures? Emily Morgan. We're going to cut them into 4s. 5 divided by 1/4 would end up giving us how many 1/4 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll have to bring it to you in a little bit. I'm in the middle of recording something. 20 pieces. So the quotient is what? 20. Because we get 21/4 pieces. Did those pieces get bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
So we have a lot of little pieces. Somebody tell me, what would I have to do here? What would I have to do here? Luke, what would you do here? Okay, so how many would I put in the first group? 4, because this represents 5 groups of 4 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many total are there? 20. So the product is 20. Now, let's just kind of sum up our thinking. what did you notice? I know that blank and blank are inverse operations. What are the inverse operations that we're talking about today, Ion? Multiplication and division. Can you think of some other inverse operations that we already know about? Hamida? Addition and subtraction. And I noticed that the quotients and the sums for the sets of representations are the same. So we were able to get the same answer even though, can we agree that our models are different? So I want you to remember that today as we come to a very specific problem in our practice, okay? We will be looking at some problems today. All right, the next piece of our practice, I'm going